It was an evening that started like any other at the factory. The hum of machines and the occasional chatter of my colleagues filled the air, a routine I was all too familiar with. I've always been the kind of guy who preferred the comfort of a quick nap over the grind of work, a habit that didn't win me any popularity contest at the factory. That night, I decided to take my usual escape from the monotony of labor, a step further by finding a secluded spot under a desk to catch some sleep well hidden from the prying eyes of my annoyed colleagues. My eyes flickered open to the eerie silence of a factory that had long since emptied out. A quick glance at my phone confirmed my fears. 1 a.m. The thought of being trapped inside until morning, with guard dogs patrolling the gates and a formidable fence as the only means of escape, sent a shiver down my spine. But I reassured myself a little wandering wouldn't hurt. I could pass the time with some coffee and my phone. The factory, once a bustling hive of activity, lay in an unsettling hush as I wandered its dimly lit corridors. The gentle hum of dormant machinery provided a haunting backdrop to my solitary ramble. I moved with hesitant steps, guided by the soft glow of emergency lights that cast long, eerie shadows across the concrete floor. Every so often, the sound of my own footsteps echoing off the cold, hard surfaces made me pause, a chill running down my spine as I mistook the noise for that of another's presence. As I made my way past rows of silent machines, their once intimidating roars reduced to silent, hulking masses. In the dark, a sudden noise cut through the stillness. A cough, unmistakably human and unnervingly close, sent a jolt of fear through me. My heart raced as I stood frozen, straining my ears for any sign of movement. The factory seemed to hold its breath with me, the only sound the distant faint dripping of water from some unseen leak. With a mixture of trepidation and an inexplicable pull of curiosity, I approached the source of the sound, my footsteps cautious on the gritty floor. The room ahead, usually filled with the clatter of work, now loomed like a gaping maw in the dim light. I peered around the doorframe, expecting to confront a colleague, perhaps another night owl like myself caught in an unintended overnight stay. But the room was as deserted as the rest of the factory, the only occupant a thin layer of dust that seemed undisturbed. Shaking off the unease, I tried to rationalize the noise. Maybe it's just the building settling, I murmured to myself, a feeble attempt to calm my frayed nerves. I left to take a short nap in the next room to pass the wait until the afternoon shift arrived. Seeking solace in sleep seemed the only escape from the night's unsettling events, but rest was far from what I found. Just as I felt the tentative tendrils of sleep begin to pull me under, a sudden cough shattered the illusion of solitude. It was so close, so startlingly clear, that I snapped upright, my heart hammering against my ribs. The sound seemed to hang in the air, a tangible presence in the oppressive silence. I scanned the darkness frantically, my eyes straining to pierce the gloom, but found nothing. No sign of life, no hint of movement, just the relentless stare of the machines. The cough was followed by an unsettling quiet, the kind that feels heavy, charged with unspoken words. It was in this suffocating silence that laughter broke through, a sound so unexpected and chilling that it rooted me to the spot. The laughter wasn't the joyful kind, but rather a hollow echo that seemed to bounce off the factory walls, finding its way into the darkest corners of my mind. Panic took hold, its icy grip paralyzing me for a moment, before instinct kicked in, propelling me to my feet. I ran, not daring to look back, my only thought to put as much distance as possible between myself and the source of those haunting sounds. I stumbled into the bathroom, the white tiles and harsh fluorescent light, a stark contrast to the dim, eerie corridors I'd fled. Locking the door behind me, I leaned against it, my breathing ragged, my mind racing. As I huddled in the dark, a knock at the door nearly undid me. My pleas for mercy were desperate, promises of reformation spilled from my lips in a frantic prayer for the nightmare to end. Morning's light eventually found me, a shivering heap on the bathroom floor, just as the day shift began to trickle in. The story of my night of horrors became the morning sensation over tea. My tale of ghostly coughs and phantom laughter was met with a mix of skepticism and morbid fascination until an older colleague shared a piece of the factory's dark history. Years ago, a tragic accident claimed the life of a worker much like myself, known for his lax attitude towards safety. In a moment of record, a machine had unleashed its deadly fury on him, his last moments marked by the same coughing that had terrorized my night, a grim reminder of the consequences of negligence. The factory resumed its usual bustle, but the echoes of that night lingered with me. I had come face to face with the consequences of my actions, or rather my inactions, in the most terrifying way possible. The laughter and coughs that had haunted me were perhaps the factory's own way of teaching me the value of responsibility and the weight of the past we carry with us. My experience that night was more than just a tale of ghostly encounters. It was a wake-up call. I no longer seek refuge under desks, nor do I shirk from my duties. The night of terror transformed me, instilling a newfound respect for my role within the factory's walls. And while the shadows of the past may still whisper in the stillness of the night shift, I face them with a resolve strengthened by the lessons of that unforgettable night. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us likes and comments.